Why should food media be more about education than entertainment?
Well, I mean, not to sound too naive, but I think that, yes, I understand there is a difference in tone for the purpose of a food media thing, television show, for example. And a lot of the times we don't see it. We don't see that line. And it gets confused for authenticity or just, plain instruction, something that you should follow. But of course, a lot of entertaining stuff is out there that it didn't have that purpose. So first food media's TV shows started, in the 50s when television, that was like housewives need to know how to flip an omelet.
Right.
So this is how you do it. That's really where it started. But of course now we have all sorts of crazy shows, all sorts of funny, entertaining blogs out there too. And we need to just be a little more clear on which, what we should be watching it for. And I mean, not that there's anything wrong with entertaining food media. I love watching funny shows like Food Party. I love the old British series Posh Nosh. But I mean, if you're going to instruct a food and sell cookbooks, I think that there needs to be more purpose behind that than just to entertain, because you're going to have a real impact on people's eating habits. And they do, and they really do. And, I've noticed when I write something on my blog that's a recipe that is kind of hilarious, over the top, bacon, cream cheese, cupcakes, that the readership spikes. And sure enough, that's fun and stuff. And I do that once in a while, but it's not something I want to do simply to have a broader audience. And, because I don't want people to eat. I don't eat that way all the time.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's misleading.
Yeah, I think so.
Only if it's done for entertainment's sake, then the goal is to entertain and then to sell advertising behind that and to make a productive, television show. But when you're like a tobacco company, right? You're just like selling something that people like, even though it's not good. Yeah, there's a deeper element there that can be probably used a bit more.
I like to write recipes that, if you read behind the lines, I do have a mission, but I'm trying not to hit you over the head with it. Mm-hmm. I talk about how delicious turnips are. And they are, but I mean, who would have thought that originally? It's not something you would read and be like, oh yeah, totally. I feel like there's media that is affirmative, like when the viewer is watching it, it's, there's a positive experience, which is, I agree with you and I already do agree with you. And that's the easiest kind of positive response to get.
Right.
But when you challenge by bringing up a totally new thought or new revelation, like turnips taste decadent, right? Or you try to make it sound decadent instead. There's this but after a while, maybe they'll try it and then maybe they'll think it's a positive thing afterwards. So it takes a lot more time. It's harder to do. It's harder to get people to have a good experience because they have to actually do it or try it or something.